Card number 1, acceptance. So this card says this is your reality. What are you going to do about it? This card is all about, when everything in your life just feels like it's messier than it has to be. If you notice in the cartoon, habits are a little kitty-wumpus. There's work scattered everywhere. There's food spilled all over. The finances are crumbled in a mess. The assignments are overflowing. The projects are overflowing. And he's just standing there looking at it, but not really taking any action to do anything about it. At some point, as you're just looking at these things and this messes keep piling up and keep piling up, maybe you get like these little hits of signs. Spiritual 2x4s, right? They're like signs or like things that have happened on the regular where you get this thought in your head or this feeling in your gut that says, oh, it's time. It's time for me to look at things. It's time for me to choose something different. But sometimes when we're in that rut of inaction or of even adding to the mess, right? Like we're in a rut of a pattern. Sometimes it's really hard to accept that those messages that are coming in until they get to the point where what I call the spiritual 2x4, where it just sort of smacks you in the face, smacks you on the head, and your choice is to take a different action or things get into almost like a crisis state. So acceptance is about accepting this as your reality, but also accepting that you get to choose your way out of it. You get to take steps to organize and neaten things, choose which things to focus on and which things not to focus on. Maybe the habits go from a little bit off to perfectly, healthy habits, and perfectly healthy. That's maybe a little too far, but healthier habits. Your projects are worked through one at a time. I look at the panel on the left with all the messes and I just hear overwhelm. Overwhelm is just that state where you almost need the spiritual 2x4 to come in and inspire you, or force even sometimes is how it feels, you to take action one step at a time, calling in the resources that you need and the tools that would be helpful for you to navigate and get through what it is that you're working on. And I find that when I'm in the state on the left where everything feels chaotic and messy, I really need to just pause and take a couple breaths and ask myself, what is priority? What do I need? What would be most helpful? And to be honest, sometimes before I take that action, it's to take some breaths and to rest, pause just for a second. Because I feel like at least for me, when I get on this state of overwhelm and everything is just in a shambles around me, what I need to do, or what I haven't been doing, is any sort of resting or self-care or recharging. Instead, what I've been doing is avoiding, and that's everything. That's how it feels for me. So to be able to move into that space of, I have the energy I need to have clarity and to make mindful choices moving forward, and to call in the team. I can't emphasize that enough. I know his team in this picture happens to be, a broom. For all we know, 6 of his best friends just left the house or the office and they helped organize and put things away. We are the ones who get us into and out of our realities, and on some level, and we are also the ones who can call in of people that we know, trust, and love that can help us out of it. It's our journey, but we're not in it alone. Don't forget, you're not alone.